Well, here we are. Hello, everyone. We got a few people in background waiting. Here's Vincent. Hi. And Griffin is here, and Andalou Blue. One of the things I want to do early on, because I've got it all set up, is a bit of a walkabout in the shop. I've got my phone hooked up and ready to go. So we're going to do that. Hi, Sandy, my guy, Bikers and Pythons, Thomas C. Nice to see all you guys. We'll take a look. And Pythons, Thomas C. Nice to see all you guys. Let me turn that off. We'll take a look at the native tanks too while we're at it. We got about 20 people looking. All right, well, let's get started. Let's do that. Let's see, I need to go back. I'm bouncing between 3 different devices here, so wish me luck. What I'm going to do is turn off the volume. And then bring this up. Okay. We're here. I'm assuming you can hear me. Volume's up, should be. Chewy. Hi, Chewy. Scenic Pets. Nice to see all you guys. Can you hear my voice? Yes, good. Okay, great. Let's take a little walk. Need to put my chapeau on. All right. Oh, we're going to walk out into the shop. And why don't I just turn this around so you can see where we're going. Hello. Somebody just came up to the door. Let's see what he wants. What? Yeah, what's up?
Oh, I just want to look around.
Oh, okay. Come on back tomorrow.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, I'll get the weekends.
Oh, okay. Well, I want a live stream. So check back when you're ready. Thanks. All right. Okie dokie. So this is a tank that needs to be cleaned. But I've got a couple little red-tailed cats in there. That one is about a foot long. 2 pacus, one red and one albino. Never saw an albino before. A couple of Oscars. And a little tiny red tail. Actually, he's not so tiny. He's about 8-10 inches. And he's 12-14. Little saltwater. Saltwater. Clowns. A lot of these tanks have not had much care for a while. Seahorses, I see one all the way down there. Don't have many of them left. The only one I see, actually. Might be another one somewhere. Do not see another one. All right, so here are our 3 native tanks. The first one we did, the last one we did, I put mud in. There's the mud. Can't see much. There's the mud. And it looks like, well, mud. I don't think anything is much alive in it. I put plants in it. Um, it stings pretty good. The mud has overwhelmed it. It's pretty nasty. This one, um, I inadvertently filled it and stirred it up. And it's never really settled very well. It kind of demonstrates the importance of being careful when you add water to a dirty tank. Now, this is actually a dirty sand, and it's pretty much the same as this one. This is the first one we set up. It's got fish living in it, plants living in it. It's like the plants have come up out of the dirt. Well, maybe not. I don't know what they've done. Oh, it's two different kinds of plants. I see. But the fish are doing okay. They look pretty good. The tank actually looks clear. Looks pretty good. So there's that. I put a little food in it. That's a bluefin killie. A couple of them. There also was a golden top minnow, which I don't see. Three bluefins. I'll put a few more fish in it. Need some Formosa and maybe a golden top minnow. Let's go over here and take a look at the other fish that we caught. Hopefully we're going to be able to see these golden top minnows. They stay up front until I come near. Then they just go to the back. Here's a couple up front. There they go. Here's one, two, a couple of them. They're really pretty fish. They get about 4 inches. They have they're gold with silver speckles, and then the male gets a red tail with a little red on the head as they get bigger. See the speckles? Can you see that? Just stunning. Really stunning. They're coming out. I'm just holding the camera up place without getting close. Down here is a big school of blue line killies and Formosa. Bluefin killies and Formosa. Formosa are the little guys. It's a live bear. Tiny, tiny live bears. All the, these are all fish that we caught wild this past week. Whatever day that was, Tuesday, I think. That's a big school of bluefin killers. So there we have it. A guppies in here with these golden top minnows. Not very pretty ones. Here's some more bluefins and Formosa. Okay. Well, what happened? There we are. We'll just walk along here a minute. Take a look at everybody. This is a mixed predator tank of Africans and South Americans, except Dempsey, Malawi. There even are a few Tanganyikas in here. Right there. Some blue dolphins. And there's Compressus. Oscar, Jack Dempsey, a whole bunch of fish. Okay, I don't think there's anything else back here we need to look at particularly. Rainbows, angels. Well, let's go look at the discus. These are the wild The wild caught discus. This tank is yet to be cleaned, but let's see if they're out front. There's one right there with a wire right in back of it. Well, that's a native. I mean a wild caught. Pretty fish. Okie dokie. Let's go back up front. Oh, one more we can look at this. This is the Blackwater tank. It's a 200-gallon tank. And the snails are doing a job on the plants. I'm gonna have to keep trying to get these snails out of here. Alrighty. Okay, we're gonna go back up front. Let's see. Looking on the silver pheasants and the silkies. These are silky chickens. The big white one is a silver pheasant from Japan. There's a female in here somewhere. A bunch of parakeets. Everybody's looking for food. Silky chickens. Funny looking animal. A couple of doves that are sitting on some eggs in the food tray. Silly birds. Silly, silly birds. All right. Now, what I need to do is I need to shut this down and turn my volume on. Let's see. And we should be back. Are we back? Let me turn my phone off. Okay. Alice is here. Hi, Alice. Let's see. Redfish, bluefish, and fish dam. Danny Ken. Let's see. Oh, Cichlids 23 got his stickers good. I tried to send a bunch of them out this week. Anybody else who wants stickers, leave your address on either Get Kills or my Facebook page, and I'll be happy to send them out to you. Father Fish on Facebook. Yeah, the silkies are cute, aren't they? Oh, yeah, right. So did that video work at all? Were you able to see anything? I just don't have any sense as to how that functioned.
Ah, can't wait, come back tomorrow, huh? Well, he was disappointed, and I was willing to let him in if he'd have just walked around and left me alone. But I don't think that's what he wanted to do. So we'll get him. We'll get him another kind. Yes, that is my cat in the background. That is Tom. Um, Tom's mother was a Persian. She was a stray, and we bred her, took her out to a cat farm, and bred her to, oh God, my brain's gone, to a, like a Mancoon. And she had two kittens, a brother and sister. The sister was a breech birth and was brain damaged. We kept her for about 6 months and then found a no-kill shelter for her where she was kept permanently. She couldn't live in the house. It was just intolerable. She was like autistic, kind of like. Tom is 14. He's been around a long time. He was here at the shop for a long time, and I moved him home when all this stuff started with uh, with the COVID, and he's loving being at home. He's just a whole lot happier. Hillbilly Nomad and Dragon Lair. Hello, hello. Ro, nice to talk with you this morning. Zen is promoting Patreon, and I do want to say something about that. I've been trying to figure out what to do with Patreon that is different from YouTube, and I've come up with a plan. I believe that one of the underlying themes of Father Fish is the relationship between humans and nature. There's a popular environmentalist notion that what's wrong with nature is human beings, and that if we could eradicate human beings, nature would be perfect. My position is rather the opposite of that. Even if you accept the environmentalists' position that man is a product of natural selection, then you have to, in order to take the position they do, you have to assume that nature doesn't know what it's doing and that its ostensibly highest achievement is a catastrophe. I think that's pure foolishness. Whatever cosmology you accept, it is indisputable that human beings, at least on this earth, which is all we really know about, are the highest, most advanced form of living creature. We're the only living creature that can intellectually, consciously, and willfully dramatically change its environment and work to the benefit of the environment. So that's what I want to try to promote on Patreon. The notion that we not only belong here, but we are the salvation of the earth. So take that for what it's worth. There is a video. It's called "Return to Eden." It's one of my early videos. If you'll check that out, you'll get a much better sense of what I'm talking about. Anyway, I want to try to work on that thesis on Patreon. All right. Let me jump to the bottom here. Fish streams caught some Dalmatian guppies today. Now, where'd you get those fish streams? Mary's, what is this? All right. We aren't caring for the planet as we should. I believe we are, Ginger. The more advanced cultures, such as ours, does so much more to care for the environment. If you look at what's happening, air quality is increasing, water quality is improving. There's substantial improvements across the board. Granted, there was a period of time when there really wasn't much sensitivity to our impact on nature. Well, I believe that's changed dramatically. And I don't think you can legitimately condemn what human beings are doing, at least in this and other more technologically advanced nations, where there are serious efforts to improve the quality of the environment. Zachary, in a ditch in North Florida. It sounds like what you got is the melanistic morph of the which is a male form, a melanistic morph of the gambusi. Unless, of course, there's a fish farm nearby that has released guppies. But the what you're describing, I just got a couple of them this past week. There are a number of native Florida species that have significant black in them. It's called a melanistic phase. And among the gambusi, there are males, and males alone, that carry this characteristic. I don't think I can find the ones I caught. I'll try to locate them and put them up in a video or on a stream later in the week to show you what we're talking about. It is possible that what you got is in fact guppies, but only if there's a guppy farm nearby. Guppies cannot survive in Florida. They can't tolerate the temperatures, particularly in northern Florida. But the gambusi, which is a live bearer and does look very much like a guppy, is a very common native fish. Nice job, fish streams. There are lots of other really pretty native fish that you can catch. I'm sure if you've been out there in the ditches, you've got some of them. Danny Ken, you and me both, taking your chances on social distance. Yeah, I've taken the attitude that I'm just going to be open. I got to do it. I'm not eligible for any funds. I've got to carry this thing. If I'm not open, I go in a hole. So I'm here. I do have a mask. that I use as needed. Um, but I'm not gonna become victim to my fears anymore. Marie's crafting creation. Nice to see you, Marie. Zachary, back at my looking at my neon tetras. Nice. They're such a pretty fish. Kaylor is talking, says, I love that video. I assume he's talking about the return to Eden. It is remarkable. Zen has just posted the link to it. It's a video I struggled to create and was pretty happy with it by the time I got it down on tape. Sir Jesse, Marie's saying, cichlids. Let's see. Melanistic phase of the Gambusia, Gambusia. It's also called a mosquito fish. The state of Florida uses it as a mosquito control. It's a very common little live bearer, just about the size of a guppy. They also tend to be pretty aggressive. Kaylor, let's see. Mostly agree with your position. I'll ask you to comment on global warming. That's in my opinion, that's a significant step back. Well, my attitude about global warming is that it changes with the weather. And that's kind of all I have to say about that. Do be some better care for the planet, Vincent saying. That's what you're thinking, Father Fish, is more what is our real nature, what we should be. Well, that's true. I think when the environmentalists can get over their notion that what is wrong with nature is human intervention and start realizing that human intervention is the salvation of the earth and promote the causes and the actions that are consistent with that, then I think they'll be on the right track. At this point, I think they're on the wrong track. They promote abortion. They promote the reduction of humankind. They are godless. They are atheist foundationally. They espouse everything I consider to be demonic in the name of saving nature from itself. And I think that's just foolishness. I think it happens because the people who are taking that position are really communist socialists who are seeking the overthrow of the government and of the social structure that we have in this and in Western cultures. If we can get rid of that mentality, of that political influence, then I think there will be some hope for environmentalism. But until it gets its act together and starts acting like decent, responsible, caring, loving human beings who love other human beings, then I don't think they have a right to be listened to, regardless of the difficulties we may be creating. Now, what I said before, and I'm sorry to get on a platform about this, but in technologically advanced societies, the environment always improves because there is a recognition of the vital importance of a healthy environment to creating healthy human beings. So healthy human beings promote a healthy environment. There are problems, no doubt. There are serious problems, but they are not being ignored. They are being dealt with. If we can get the the politics out of it that want to somehow overthrow Western culture, then I think there's some hope that environmentalism can become something celebrated and desirable. Until that happens, I really don't think that the so called environmentalists are frankly worth listening to because they are nasty and anti human and anti godly. Chewy mosquito fish are invasive. Oh, that's interesting. Where's here, Chewy? I didn't think they were in Canada. Isn't that where you are? Dragon Lair. Let me back up. Right. The Dalmatian guppy is not a true guppy. Oh, that's interesting. Phaloceras coromaculatus. Kay Holiday, I absolutely agree with you. We need to be more in sync with nature and natural cycles. And I think that's why we do tropical fish, because it allows us a window into that world. Sandam just removed his nearite. Why'd you do that? Dragon Lair saying it's been proven. Gambusia don't eat a lot of mosquitoes. Or they're live. That may well be. That's interesting. This is why I want to put this discussion on Patreon and not here on Facebook, because I really don't want to create the kind of uproar that that this controversy creates on my Fatherfish YouTube channel. Dragon Lair, yes, thank you. I did see that. Cichlid 23. Zen's leaving. Ginger says I'm wrong. Well, girls, ladies, guess I'm not entitled to my opinion. Yeah, I believe we see the macrocosmos in our aquatic microcosms. Absolutely. I absolutely believe that. And I absolutely believe that's why we keep fish, in order to understand nature and our relationship to it more clearly and better. Total Tropic says removing neurite sounds painful. Well, there's that. Dragon lair. Let's see. Joe Augusta drove a half hour during business hours to buy fish for a new tank setup. Of course, I'm disappointed. Now, what's he referring to? Oh, no. Hmm. Holly Gibbs, thank you. Regular talking about the fishery school at Auburn. Very cool. Mike, I'm jumping around so much here, I can't keep track of where I am. Okay, back at the beginning of the video, okay, I did an update on the battery jars. So when we're through, go back and take a look at the first 10 or 15 minutes. I do have that update. Chewy's talking about gambuzi being cichlid food. That's about the best use for them. Thank you, Fish Dreams. Yeah, do catch up. It's kind of interesting. Um, it demonstrates that there's that perfection in Father Fish's system is somewhat limited. There were there were a couple of one massive fail and one relative fail. The other was pretty good. Zachary wants to know what my opinion of glowfish is. I'm frankly fascinated by all of the technology. I think it's remarkable that we get that kind of color. Um, I happen to have as a personal friend the fellow who's responsible for actually creating and breeding these strains out by the tens of millions. He worked for one of the local farms, the one that had the contract, and it's no different in my mind than a morph. Genetic splicing is little more than piercing an egg. Um, it's been explained to me how it's done. It's really a matter of mixing very young eggs in with the genetic material from different species, which in some cases creates a living organism. Okay, where did it go? Yes, precisely. And unfortunately, that's the one I put the mud in. And the mud absolutely overwhelmed it. I haven't, it's so black you can't even see through it. I'm sure the mat's shot, but there's a lot more of that, and I did keep some more of it aside. So, chewy. But so yeah, that you'll see. Toronto's here. Chewy says, I'd like for you to hear a song called Passion. How does passion affect you in fish keeping? Well, you probably saw a little bit of that a few minutes ago. I do become passionate. And passion can become an alternative to rational discourse. So you got to be careful with it. I try to keep a sense of humor about it and try to use it as a way of explaining myself rather than simply going off on a raging tirade. But yeah, passion, I believe, always needs direction, or it simply becomes tyrannical and becomes, I hate you, I'm leaving. I think I've hit the bottom of the page. Give me a link to the song, Chewy, please. Holly Gibbs is saying, live and learn something every day. Let's see, I'm backing up here. RB123, it's an interesting comment. If I didn't listen to anyone or watch anyone on YouTube after discovering that I have different opinions about issues, I probably wouldn't have anyone to watch. Well, there is that. Yeah, and that's absolutely true. I mean, there are people on the fish fam whose work and efforts I deeply appreciate, whose politics and attitudes about God I thoroughly disagree with. Simple Life, great to see you in good health. Listen, I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling so much better than I did when I had a black cloud hanging over me and was scared to death of this virus and felt like if I got it, it would kill me. I talked to it for a long time to my doctor, and he gave me a lot of assurances. And I came away from that saying, you know, if I get it, I get it, but I'm not going to live my life in fear. I'm not going to become a slave to anxiety and fear and stress. So I've reopened the shop. I'm back in business. I'm feeling really good. Get some vim and vinegar back. And feel like I'm getting back in gear. Chewy, the mosquito fish, is out competing a lot of our top minnows in Tennessee. I don't doubt it. And they're a nasty, nasty little fish. I won't keep them. I won't keep them in any of my fish tanks because they kill stuff. They're really aggressive. They're like a little tiny piranha. Nasty little dudes. Robert Reed, going on 3 weeks now, per your instructions, Father Fish. Tank plants, fish look great. Wonderful. Okay, Holiday. All right. Oh, you know what? I need to go over to here and add Kay as a moderator. The lady after my own heart. Toronto Aquatics. Uh-oh. Nice to see you, Toronto. Thank you so much for the super chat. I very much appreciate you. Let's see. I don't know where I am exactly. Whoops. Okay, there we are. Moam, good afternoon, Father Fish. Have a pond that's about 4 foot deep. I'm going to cap the bottom with about 6 inches of sand. What plants would you recommend? You know, it kind of doesn't matter whatever you like. Keep in mind that in an outdoor pond, plants are going to go wild. You will need to harvest them. They will become, so you want to try to plant plants that you would like a lot of because you're going to get a lot of them. Some plants will take over the pond. Be somewhat careful about that. I assume you're talking about rooted plants. Things like swords, vallisneria, the kind of stuff that it is nice to have in large quantities that you maybe can sell at your local pet shop. Those are good choices. Chewy, let me get this. Your presentation with Marco Isidori from the Italian Cichlid Club and my good friend from Italy, Tommy Vitale. It's a song set. I will go back and play it. I assume I shouldn't try to do it right now, but thank you so much. Sounds delightful. Kay doesn't know what a mod is supposed to do. Well, just pay attention to the other mods and do what feels right. You've got right sentiments, Kay. I trust you implicitly. Fishy fun. I agree with 90% of what you're saying. We're not meant to live life in fear. Here's how people are controlled. We need to show each other love and compassion. Amen, brother. Amen. Let's put that one up. Thank you, Fishy Fun. Total Tropical say you didn't believe medical masks work on tear gas. The higher rated ones probably do. Would have to be pretty high rated. Have I ever kept Lepomis megalotus in my tanks? Let's see. Good or bad to add cattails to my pond, Hallie says. Uh, Put them in a pot and keep it controlled. It will take over your pond in one season. Grow them in a pot and keep them in the pot. Don't let them get out of it. Sam Dam's fed up with tilapias. Yep, they'll eat everything up too. Let's see. Sunfish. Yes, I have kept sunfish. I really like them. I'm especially out trying to find a source for pygmy sunfish. I noticed one of the suppliers was advertising them last week. I want to try to get some, see what they have. Well, take your time, okay. I'm not going to take you off. Just play with it. Don't worry about it. Your comments are modelicious. I am trying to stay safe, Kate. Uh, okay, thank you so much. That's very sweet. I want to highlight that comment if I can find it. Well, I'll tell you a little secret, okay? I've been, there was a time when my ego was the strongest thing about me. And I got smacked down really hard, more than once. Nobody likes ego. And it took a while, but it taught me a lesson to not think so well of myself that I'm putting myself above anyone else. Curiously, it has not caused me to become wimpish or unopinionated. It's rather allowed me the freedom to be vigorous and strong without feeling like I've got to beat anybody else up in the process. So I can listen and I try to listen and I try to hear what people have to say. But at a certain point in time, I insist that they do the same thing. And I guess that's what ego really is all about. If you're not willing to listen, then your ego's in the way. And you think more highly of yourself than of anyone else who's trying to express a different opinion to you. So there's that. Chewy. Song was written by neoclassic guitar. You have to feel every note. We should probably play this. What time is it? 4 o'clock. Should we go out with it? I'll try to put it up at our close. Well, we're getting down to it. Fishy fun. Bye, Marie. Okay. Ah, the wisdom of hindsight. Yeah, really. Absolutely. Zachary, I have a newly set up 55 with 4 fancy goldfish. What are some good techniques for them? More fancy goldfish. You could put snails in. I would not put a plecostomus in. Cory catfish would be good. Plecos will eat the slime coat from them. You want to be careful about putting anything in with fancy goldfish. They require real clean water and they don't move around fast. So I would not put tetras or anything like that in. You could do angels probably, but at a given point, angels are going to pair up and try to chase everybody off. Cory catfish, snails, stuff like that. Oh, Chewy, I was thinking about dwarf snakeheads just this morning. It is so aggravating to have bans on animals that are in absolutely no way whatsoever a danger to any environment. It's the height of arrogance, ignorance, and stupidity. And there's plenty of that around. Couldn't agree more. Dwarf snakeheads don't grow up to become giant snakeheads. Sorry, guys. Done that. Thank you. Ah. No. Oh, the parrotlets. They're doing real well, Kay. Um, my bird lady has taken them home. She's going to try to get them breeding again, uh, away from here. Stephen Law, hello, hello. Zachary Redgrave, another two. Yes, absolutely. Bye, Cichlid 23. Oh, there he's saying goodbye to Marie. Sorry. Ah, okay, I think we read through it. We've blown this all to hell today. See if our ladies are going to be. See, I'm going back trying to find this song. Oh, here it is. I don't think I can get it from there. Let's see if it'll bring it up. I don't think it will. Here we go. I like the guitar. Down the wormhole. Welcome back from your walk. It's very sweet on Lou. Very sweet. You're a dear, Alice. I appreciate you. Minoxidil, rice fish. The absolutely delightful little fish. Easy to keep, easy to breed, plays well with others. Just a really desirable fish. Good fish for a project. Nice. Chewy, can you post the lyrics somewhere? I have a hard time understanding. Zebra autos, yes. I have had zebra autos. They're a little pricey. All right, we're going to go out with the background from Chewy. Valley Fish just popped in as we're popping out. Nice to see you, Valley. And we're going to run. Thank you all for plugging in, for hanging in there with me through thick and thin. We had a little more thick than thin today, I think. But I appreciate you all very, very much. Love you. Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, so saying 2, oh dear, and Luke Blue. Oh, that's amazing. What a remarkable experience. I hope you all read this. Just delightful. Thank you for coming over today, Anlu. It's been fun having you. You're very, obviously a very heartfelt soul. I appreciate you. So this is the second song.
Review this video. About very
Play the videos, guys. Nice fish, too. I'll play the video with the second tune. Bye, all. Thank you. God bless.